What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the podcast. Johnny Nocash here. You are listening and or watching a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash. I know it's been a minute and I got a lot of updates for y'all, but first, let's crack a beer. I got a fresh one here, don't worry. Relax. Open a pack of smokes that you got for $4. Because I know some people. they're shitty smokes anyway. Yeah, I'm back on the smokes, and there's a lot of new things that you're probably noticing right now. First of all, my microphone. I don't know where the hell it is. So I'm having to use the Boya. So I'm hoping that it's up to par to the regular episodes, and I hope I can find my regular mic sooner than later because, man, I mean, that's the only mic I had, not just for the podcast, but for shows. So fuck me. So I hope this is okay. Second of all, you're probably noticing this pretty fancy chair I'm in. Got it given to me for free. It's maroon, and I know that that's in style right now. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Not sounding the greatest, I don't think, but I'm looking pretty fucking good. Got these solar lights behind me, which have been an absolute fucking lifesaver. So things are good, man. Things are good. And I can't wait to give you guys a crazy ass update. First of all, before I even talk about that, I want to say that I actually did this entire episode from top to bottom minutes ago. And I realized that the microphone was in the shot. And I mean, it sounded okay. But I was like, no, I can't do that. I got to redo the whole fucking thing. So hopefully the framing's okay. This is a one-man show. This is it. So buckle on up, grab yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, fucking smoke them if you got them. Because I got a whole bunch of updates on the trailer and how I'm feeling these days as far as, you know, the lifestyle. And then I want to give you a couple updates on Black and Bluegrass. So let's get into it. Like I said, crack them beers. And thank you all so much for tuning in once again. Thank you. It does mean the world to me. I know I've been completely fucking aloof, but I'm back. So thank you all so much for tuning in once again. And let's get into it. Here we go. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right, so depending on when you're listening to this, we are in late September. And if you're in Ontario, I'm Canadian for first-time listeners. If you're in Ontario, you're probably getting them fucking winter jackets out. And if you're here in British Columbia, you're probably getting those fucking rain jackets out because we are in for another brutal year. I want to talk a little bit about, you know, my experience lately and what I'm kind of in for in the coming months because I'm really not looking forward to it. Now, at the same time, y'all know that I try my best to stay as positive as humanly possible. But I mean, you know, sometimes there's a breaking point. And I'm really, over the last couple of weeks, I've been preparing for this winter, collecting wood, pallets. Guys, and I know I've mentioned this, just check fucking Facebook Marketplace. If you need anything, like even wood to build something like a fucking deck, there's people tossing shit out all the damn time. Save yourself $1 or lots of bucks. And don't go to Home Depot. Scour the internet first because you can save $1. And Christ, man, these days, $1 doesn't go far, but fuck, you want to hang on to them. Everyone's struggling with rent, buying food. So there's nothing wrong with being a cheap ass. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I am. And to be honest, I kind of find it more entertaining and enjoyable to like on the hunt for shit. Rather than just going to a place that you damn well know what's gonna, you know, what you await or what awaits you. I'm on the beers, okay? So the English might be at a fucking beginner's level for this episode, but bear with me. So, I mean, you know, I like it. I like the hunt personally, but man, so this is the most primitive I've been, and it's been tough. Like I'm collecting water from the river to do all my dishes. Fuck, last night, no word of a goddamn lie, I was doing my dishes in the fucking river, and I cooked up all these sausages, and you know sausages are full of fat and a bunch of whatever else, and the pan was just dilapidated. It was fucked. You really think I want to use, you know, like a gallon of water trying to scrub this shit? No, I got a fucking river, and sure, it's full of boat oil and fucking carcasses and shit, but I mean, whatever, you know, it saves me some fresh water. So I went down there, and there I am at 9 p.m. last night, scrubbing this thing with a piece of fucking bark. No word I should have fucking taken a video of it, because as I was doing it, I was like, this is what it's come to. This is what it's come to. Scrubbing pans with a bark. A piece of bark, baby. And then using it in the fire to burn later. I mean, like, it's just goes full fucking circle. So I'm collecting water. My batteries fucking suck. Anybody else that does van life or anything, please, for the love of God, give me some advice on, like, my batteries are just draining. The other thing, too, is that my fridge, here I am thinking that my fridge is literally just propane. It's not. It's using fucking energy, too. And I think it switches depending on, you know, like, how much propane or how much power I have. Because, Christ, man, I'm dying. Having to preserve heat. You know, I got the buddy heater here. And, you know, when I make a coffee in the morning, it warms me up a bit. But fuck, man, we're not even in October yet. It's going to be brutal. And the wind and the rain is coming. I've been tarping my awning. I've got it fairly well set up. Gorilla Tape, baby. Gorilla fucking Tape. Please sponsor me. God damn it. Oh, if there's anybody to sponsor me, please, Gorilla Tape. It's expensive, but fuck, it's good. So, there's my Gorilla Tape review. The Yelp and Google review. Fuck, it's good. So I've got these tarps up. We're expecting thunderstorms for like a week straight. And, like, I can't really have a fire, clearly, during a thunderstorm. So I'm just, you know, I'm just trying my best. I came back after Black and Bluegrass Festival, and there was a huge rainstorm while I was gone. And I came back, and my entire patio area, it's not patio, it's all dirt, but, you know, my sitting area. I just want to call it a patio, can I? It's a fucking patio. I got a couple pallet benches and a table. It's a fucking patio. Dirt patio. Should coin that too. But I came back and it was flooded. So I have to re-level the fucking property so the rain, like, goes away from my fucking my house. So, and the tarps system that I had then clearly sucked. So I've been re-tarping it and trying to figure out, you know, how to get the water to run away from my life. But it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's been tough. And I know that it's going to be rough. Like, I'm showering at work. I'm charging everything at work. I'm using, and honestly, I've said this before, if you can get yourself a job where you can, like, kind of get some other shit out of it, you know, like, benefit, because, I mean, we're all underpaid, you know, fucking milk that shit. If you work at Tim Hortons, drink fucking coffee all goddamn day, and then take those donuts home. All the bagels that are just about to go bad, I say bagels. Some people say bagels. Take them fucking bagels home. They're good. Freeze the shit. So, I don't know why I'm just fucking dropping philosophy bombs today, but I guess I'm in that mood. I'm in a very creative mood recently. I've been wanting to build shit and just make my home better and just make sure that I live a comfortable winter. Because I will say right now, and this could really disappoint some people, I have a feeling that this is going to be my last winter doing this kind of lifestyle. I'm not entirely sure what my relationship with the owner of this property is going to be like in the coming months. I'm preparing for mentally, anyway. Not physically, because I've been just hoarding more and more shit day after day. I got pallets galore, man. It's fucking wild. I'm the palate king. So, I mean, yeah, so I don't know. And to be honest, it's been rough. Like having a shower at your disposal. Oh, God, you guys are, you know, I envy you. But this is my decision. So, you know, I'm the only one to fucking blame. But yeah, it's the way it goes. And it's just the way I've been living. And I've been doing my best to like just keep it together. It's the booze. God damn it. This is why people drink. This is why people drink. You know, you can get through almost anything. Except for a traffic stop. But like, you can pretty much get through anything with a couple drinks in you. You know, as long as, you know, you keep it between the lines. I swear to God, this is my first beer. So if you're thinking that I'm wasted, I'm really not. It's probably because I haven't done this in so long that I'm kind of giddy. And I did smoke a joint earlier. I've been up since 6, waiting for this rain. Just seeing if my tarp system is going to work and like fend it off. Please, send fucking good luck, goddammit. I need it. Because, yeah. And I'm like, I'm obsessing over it. So, Black and Bluegrass Festival. There's something I do want to cover, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in this episode because I don't want to bore you. Because you're probably like, this guy's off his fucking rocker today. You know? Unsubscribe, dislike, share to say, don't fucking watch this guy. You know, I got a story that I want to share, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it. I definitely won't be covering it in this episode. I'm going to be a guest on a friend's podcast coming up, and there's going to be live music too. He records live music, so once we do that and upload it, I'll let y'all know. I might discuss it there, but if not, I will do an updated version because there's a romance story. Ooh, yeah. I know that piqued your interest. Everyone loves a good fucking drama, right? People love a good old drama, especially when it involves love or sex or anything like that. People just, they're like flies. Moths to a flame. I don't know. It's something we can all relate to, regardless, you know? So, I will discuss that because it's a doozy. It's a fucking doozy of a story. But what I did want to talk about, Black and Bluegrass Festival, God damn it, please. Bastards and the Buzzards. Aja and Dan, the founders of and primary musicians in Bastards and the Buzzards. Please go check them out. They're an incredible, like, dirty, kind of like honky-tonkin' bluegrass punk band out of Quebec. Check these guys out. Not only are they the sweetest fucking couple I think I've met in a very long time, incredible musicians, but they put on one of the coolest festivals I think I've ever been to, and it's Black and Bluegrass Festival in North Gower in Ontario. So, God damn it, if you live in Ontario, there's no excuse not to show up next year. And if you got the cash, fly out, because it is a fun fucking time, and it's some of the most eclectic musicians and artists I think I've seen in one place. That was a DIY project. This is just on a farm, you know, out in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. You know, and you pay your ticket, and you got a whole day of entertainment. They had food trucks, and everybody there was there for the same thing. And the coolest thing about this festival is that everyone's playing like a different style of music. And I think that's something that I really gravitate towards is diversity. Because, fuck, man, can't tell you how many times I've gone to like a metal show, and all the bands are basically the fucking same. You know, even if they have a female vocalist in one band and then a male vocal, like, ultimately, sonically, it's the same fucking shit, right? That's the cool thing about this. We had everything from, like, you know, standard traditional hardcore punk to, there was a trio that had a fucking, like a hurdy-gurdy, a fiddle, and then they just did a cappella vocals between the man and the woman. It was fucking mind-blowing. It was like a cult. And they were like right in the middle of the day, so I wasn't sure if this was some kind of like fucking seance that they were doing, that maybe this was planned. You know, it was basically like audible acid, getting us all fucked up for, you know, things to come. And everybody had like a different take on their... The other fucking cool thing too is that everybody, you could see the passion. You could see the passion in every single one of these artists. And you got to remember, like, if you are a musician, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're not, like, you got to remember that anytime you see a band, they've spent years, like, crafting these original songs and figuring out how they could potentially stand out from the pack. And whether you like them or not, you gotta, give credit where credit's due. And that is, they took the time to come up with something and try and be different and something that they enjoy. It's not always about you, and that was the cool thing, was that there was just all these incredible artists, from hard music to extremely soft and solo music, and then one-man band shows with the fucking guitar and drums and like fucking cymbals. It was fucking wild. It was like a circus act. And it was at a farm, so you could pick fucking strawberries. Unreal. I mean, okay, and like, speaking of unreal, this is the thing. All right. This is kind of the topic that I wanted to talk about the festival. Something about me, and I think all performers, whether you do dance or you're an actual, like an illustrator or a musician or an actor or something, we all have we all know that we're in a big pot of fucking piranhas. We're all eating each other up. We're tearing each other down, and a lot of the times we're there to support, but ultimately we want the fucking job, right? We want the next gig. We want, we want to do a good enough job to get hired again. That's the point of turning this into, a career or something like that. So there's a little bit of, you got to be a little hungry, no matter how modest or humble you are. You got to be a little hungry in this industry. Y'all know that. But here we go. So I was scheduled at 11 p.m. Now you can think, oh, fuck, that's a good slot because everyone's shit-faced, and no matter how bad you play, you're going to sound good. Well, yeah, there is a lot of truth to that. But the other thing, too, is that, I'm talking and socializing at a fucking outdoor festival with blaring music for 10 hours prior. Meaning, my voice is getting a fucking workout. And by 7 o'clock, I'm hacking twice as many darts. Being social. I don't drink really before a show. I'm there to do a job, right? I'm not there to get shit-faced. I'm there to get shit-faced after my job. You gotta fucking have some responsibilities here. Gotta be an adult sometimes. So I'll have a couple drinks. That's not drinking. A couple shots, but pace it, because I don't want to be wasted. So I'm smoking twice as much. My voice is harsh and fucking raspy, worse than it is right now. So I'm like this, basically, at 9, 10 o'clock. But I'm thinking, no big deal, this is another rodeo. I've done this before. It's nothing new. However, an artist came up, and I don't know his name off the top of my head, but you gotta check this fucking guy out. And I'll put his link, I'll find it, and I'll put it in the description. He was right before me, scheduled on the same stage as I was, directly before me. And god damn it, man, this guy was an absolute, prodigy of artistic skill and execution. This guy had a fucking accordion, which he mounted a Casio keyboard, a small Casio keyboard on it for the bass. And you think that's enough? No, he had a fucking, 2 drums that he played with his feet. And then he had, this beautiful operatic voice that he sang through a pencil mic over here with, drenched in reverb and delay. And then over here, he sang like this the entire fucking time. And it was this back and forth. Everyone's minds were blown. I've seen some fucking acts in my day. This guy... it sucks, maybe he didn't mention his name while he was, and if he did, this is kind of come full circle here. It sucks that I don't know his name and I can't audibly shout him out, but I will put it in the description. This guy was absolutely out of this world. However, and fucking Zach Powers, you got to check him out. He's another incredible artist from Oshawa. Comes up to me, right as this guy's just blowing everyone's minds, and he's like, good luck following this guy. Great words of fucking encouragement. Thanks, Zach. And like, I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but the moment he said that, I was like, fuck. Yeah, I'm on next, and I cannot compete. And this is the thing. This is not about a competition. This is just about keeping the party fucking going. Remember this, to all my fellow musicians out there that have a tough act to follow. You don't have to musically, upstage them. You don't. There's so many different angles you can take. Like, music, especially live music, is like a game of chess. And it's also about balance. And again, that key word is diversity. If you see the act before you, just blow it sonically out of the water. But you notice that they're not doing something that you do. Like whether your band does shit in sync, or, you have, like, for me, I talk a lot. And I'm really witty. I'm not, like, this is my only talent. Is I'm really witty in the moment. And I realized at that moment, I cannot compete and keep the momentum of this party going after this guy with my music alone. I can't do it. I needed to bring some kind of character, some kind of performance to my act in order to keep that momentum going. And that's your job as a musician. You don't have a lot to do. You think, I just got to play my tunes and rock them. Yeah, that's half the battle. But you also got to you got to do something memorable, right? So I just came out of the gate, and what I did, this was my strategy, was I was calling out individuals, I was calling out couples, I was calling out bands and groups of people. And what that did was that immediately got their attention, and it started to be an interactive performance at that point, rather than me just playing to a black wall and people just absorbing it. It was a 3D kind of performance. I was singing entire songs for people. I was talking about my life and relating it to a lot of the people's lives there, and shouting out the other band's merch tables and things like that. And it really just, at the very fucking least, keep the momentum going and people's interest peaked. Because again, you're at like 11:15 at this point. Everyone's shit-faced. They're thinking bed or, maybe getting more drunk. There's only a couple options. So you got to keep them thinking for the rest of your set. Right? You want them to have another drink. You don't want them to go to bed. And if you do, it's got to be after your fucking set. So it was a really interesting learning curve for me, because I've never felt so like on the spot before. I never felt like I needed to bring my whole A game right fucking now, and I needed to do it quick and on the spot. Meaning, like, this was not a planned performance. I actually cut, I think, 2 songs from my set because I was talking so fucking much and getting people going in the moment, bringing people up on stage, shit like that. And that's something that, it's a strategy. So for all you young musicians out there, if you can only play 4 chords like me, there's always a way to still win the crowd over. Words of advice. Oh, that's a shitty, the more I'm moving around, the fizz is going. So that's a really shitty lukewarm Caribou 5.5. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Man, that was a good time. I hope you guys had a good time, and I hope the mic, lives up to some of the other podcasts. By all means, please let me know what you thought. I love hearing this shit. And if you want a response from me, I want to say this right now. It's always better if you do want to comment. It's to comment kind of around the time the video or episode is uploaded. Because at that point, I'm kind of on my phone a lot, and I'm making sure it worked and seeing if people are even watching it. But like, you know, a month down the road, most of the time, if a comment comes in, I tend to just forget about it because I forgot what the fuck I was talking about to begin with at that time. So thank you all so much for tuning in and sticking around for this long. And I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. And not just that, please hit that notification bell because I drop these things so sporadically these days. You just never know. So that way you'll know whenever I just randomly upload one of these. But I do want to cover my interesting, to say the fucking least, romantic story over Black and Bluegrass weekend. It's a doozy. And whether I do it myself or whether I hop on to my buddy's brand new podcast, that's why I don't know the name. I think it's still in, its conception stage. I'm not entirely sure if I'll talk about it there because I think his is more PG. Yeah. So maybe I will do another episode. But until then, you guys stay dusty. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I said, you can support me by buying me a beer or get some merch, check out the tunes, maybe relive the podcast season from episode 1. See where the fuck I'm at now. Tarping it up, baby. Until next time, see you around, and I'm out.
I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Live with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Live with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck I'll know I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans.